I've asked you to submit your portfolio if you think that it's not good enough, and I'll try to help you fix it. Now, I got a lot of submissions here, and I've picked to help Luke mainly because I think this website has lots of potential and some really easy fixes that we can implement here. And I think this has potential because he has a really strong offer. We build websites in a week. So website in 7 days, quality sites in 7 days. I actually think to build a really quality website, it's probably going to take more than a week, but I think it's a really strong offer to offer a website in a week because clients love speed. Now, few things that I think actually hurt this website that I want to try and fix really, really fast. Number one, the colors here. This green and magenta that's on top of it, they don't work well together. They kind of blink off each other. And so it's not really working very well. That's the first thing. The second thing is the font here. So I've looked up this font, and this is a free font from the font called Moonget, which is basically based on a Nintendo Switch font. Now, if you're trying to sell quality, don't go with something cheap, free that is actually not really high quality. It just doesn't look good. So I think if we can fix that, fix the colors, change this to high quality font, maybe clean up the hero section. There's so many things going on here that's grabbing your attention, and it's a little bit confusing. And also here in the portfolio, I think, number one, we've got this quality website that's basically repeating the same message, and the recent works is actually really low hierarchy, so I don't think it's a good use of the space. And the other thing here is you've got this white background with white work, and then text, and the text about the project looks like part of the design. So I don't think that's a really optimal way to show your works. And so I think we can really quickly fix this. All right. So I've brought this website right into Figma using the HTML to Figma plugin, made a copy, and now let's get started with, first thing, with the colors. So I'm just going to pick this green. Now this file already had kind of like a color palette within it. So we can try maybe one of the blues that you've got here. This is actually dark gray that has some blue in it. Maybe this outer space. Actually, both of them look, I think, much better. They contrast much better with the magenta. So this can actually work. I think this already, you can see a much better color combination, and we can really reduce. You've got this body here that has this beige background. If we just make it like really light gray, okay, already feels much, much cleaner. Okay, so I like this. There's another problem here, which I think this magenta and the stars. First of all, this magenta, when you're looking at the hero section, when you're landing on the website just like this, it's so bright. So it grabs so much attention before you're even looking at the content of the hero section. It hijacks your attention. So I don't think it's a good idea to have this section with the magenta. So maybe, and also no contrast for the stars, right? Magenta and yellow, not a good color combination. So let's make this even darker, something like this. Okay, already much cleaner, and it gives the attention to the first hero section. So that looks good. Let's try to fix the fonts here. Note, I don't know if you can see this, but not only we've got like 3 colors in the title, the heading, we've got white, we've got beige, and we've got this magenta, and then we've also got drop shadow going on here. I think this is way too much. Okay, I don't know why Figma broke this into 3 lines, but we can definitely turn this into white. Let's look for white, and then in 7 days, or in a week it was. Let's get rid of the drop shadow. We don't want this. And let's replace this to a much better high quality font. Recent favorite of mine is, let's get rid of this, Moonget. Recent favorite of mine is Power Grotesque from Penguin, which I think is really, really strong, solid font. We can tighten up the lines here. Okay. So already, this we can keep the magenta. I think it was not a bad highlight. Already, I think this is much better look, much more solid, and I think looks professional. And we're going to keep working at this. I'm not going to replace all of the fonts right now just because I think it's actually a waste of our time. But you can definitely see that Let's get rid of. Can tighten up the spacing. Please select one of the options below. I don't think we need this text. We can just have this and this, and that's pretty good. Now, note how many things are going on in the hero section. We've got this bookmark thing. We've got this URL. We've got this kid. I don't know why we've got this kid. And we've got this available for work. So this available for work, I actually think it's nice, but I would make this kind of like maybe like a bright green or something that actually looks, bright. And I don't know why this is not bright. It was, imported with a bunch of layers here. Okay, so available to work. This is actually low hierarchy, but actually nice. Let's get rid of all of these other heads. Let's get rid of this URL, cursor, it's URL, and this bookmark thing. Where is that? Let's get rid of that bookmark. Okay, we cleaned up the mess, but I do think it's going to be powerful if we bring in some kind of illustration or a visual way to tell the story. Now remember, what is the story here? The story here, I think, is website in a week, website in 7 days. Got nothing to do with all of the random elements that we've got here. How can we visualize this? Maybe like we can show like the calendar days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we've got 7 days, we've got like a website. Let's try to very quickly do this. I'm going to go into Icon Finder and let's look for a website. Let's see what icons they've got for a website. Free icons. This is actually good. I think this is good because it also looks like the icon for a calendar. So I'm just going to copy this and paste this in Figma. So we've got this. Let's try to create like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. So now we've got a cleaner looking, I don't know if this is the best illustration, but we're short on time. And it basically very quickly tells a story of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. On the 7th day, you're going to have a rocking website. It's definitely much cleaner now. The hero section looks more professional. Testimonials are not grabbing too much attention. Okay, let's take a look at the second section here. Well, first of all, we don't need this thing that basically says what we've seen here. So I don't think that we need this whole thing. I think that we can get rid of this whole sticky section. Maybe let's grab some text so that we can just create this. Actually, you know what? Let's copy this and put it here. Another thing that I want to do is I think I'll make this a dark section as well, just because the works are bright and you can see that white on white, they don't look very good. But if we change this section, if we give this a background color that's darker, maybe like the one that we have, not the green, but maybe like the one that we have above. Which one was that? Not the yellow. Okay, can't find it, so let's just do it the old-fashioned way, this way. Okay, now you can see that the work actually stands out much more this way. So let's change this to recent work. Can make this much smaller though. And yep, center it. And then all of the content that we've got here, let's basically turn this into white content. And let's get this out of the way. Let's turn this from moon to power grotesque. Where's the color here? Let's turn this white. Make this a little bit bigger. I actually think this font works better in all caps. So let's turn this into, no, actually, you know what? It actually looks good. We can unblock this, we can unblock this, white. And I think that what would work really well is giving more space to the works. I think this is okay. I think this is okay. What is these 3 lines? We don't need it. But this could have been bigger. Yeah. Even maybe going all the way here, or maybe in kind of like a card. Something like this. Okay. Now, I feel like this is giving the work much more space. Let's see if we can select all of these and align them to the top here. Yeah, I feel like if we do this for the rest of the works, let's take them out for a second, just so that we can see how it would look like if we take this element and we duplicate it a few more times and we just replace the works. I actually think that we can still do better than this, but we are out of time. So let's see our before and after. Before, kind of messy, not really good colors, not really good typography, not much focus on the work. And I think this is much more professional, clean, allows you to focus on the work, feels more high quality. So this is it. You can see that it's really easy to improve your work. If you're focusing on good color combination, good typography, and cleaner layout, your work can look much, much better. I'll see you in the next video.